Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going through my fantasy side, which the rank is better than my Supercoach side, but positioning wise it's gonna finish up worse. I can tell you that. I'm pretty certain about it unless I somehow get some cash generation. So I'm probably gonna have to go a little bit wacky with my trades just to figure something out. Because my players aren't really scoring too well, and there's just a lot of chaos involved in it. But anyway, let's just jump into it and sort of jump through it. So as you can see, 1836 for the round, which was a round rank of 22,429, leaving me at 19,663. So Harry Sheasel scored a 90 in the end. He's just got a different role. There's potential for a tag next week, so that's not looking good. Danes Orko, a pretty good trade-in, unless I had traded in Jack Sinclair over him. Then there would have been less chaos. There would have been, if I had traded in, best case scenario was trading in Jack Sinclair, putting Sam Davidson on field, and then I would have got access to Nod, but then chaos. So in the end, that basically cost me a whole lot of things. That whole chaos there, I think. If I'd have gotten access to Nod, as well as getting Sinclair, I think I end up about, 15 plus another about 40 points, so about another 55 points better or so, which would put me about 12k, 11k, as well as having better cash gen. So yeah, that Davidson on the bench kind of stuffed up, but at least I got access to his points. Jane Short, 101, I'm considering trading him out at this point in the year. So am I with Sam DeConing, who got pulled for 66, looks injured at the moment, or sore, I should say. So that'll be a wait on that to see if he's even mentioned on the injury report tomorrow. But he's definitely one that you can consider gone, or considering in the trade plans, as I'll have probably a lot of cash to maneuver him up and around to get the best guys, I guess. I'm missing out on cash gen left, right, and center, but I just need to keep sort of making the best moves that I possibly can. Zach Reed, 83, cash generation into the buy now for him, but at least he's making some cash, and he will make cash when he gets back out of the buy. Matty Roberts, he's just doing his thing. He's back this week, and used him for the loophole for Jack McRae, and I'm glad that I kind of took that because there wasn't anyone after him. McRae that I really liked, should have probably just put it on TDK. I don't know who TDK has next week, but he could just be a perm VC because he's for Carlton and he plays on the Friday, Thursday nights regularly. And then Luke Traynor for the 78. That was always going to be the way that it happened. Caleb Sarong, 100. He finally got there. Would have been nice if he'd done it earlier in the year. 85, 83 previously. But he has the Bulldogs. That'll be interesting to see. I don't think they'll tag. Maybe they put Kennedy onto him or something, but I don't think that they'll put Libba onto him or anything. And then he's got Richmond, where you would expect maybe McIntosh to go to him. But I'm not too worried about the next couple of weeks. He starts to get into an easier run for midfielders, as we saw Matt Rowell do against Melbourne this week. We saw what Rosie did to Richmond a couple of weeks ago, and Western Bulldogs, I'm pretty sure, gave up quite a few to Nick Dacos, if my memory serves me correct. Let me just go to Dacos. Dacos, what did he score against? The Bulldogs, 136. So yeah, he went well against the Bulldogs a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm not too worried about Sarong. Rosie, that was a stinker of three quarters, I would say. And then he just went loose in the last quarter. I think he scored 44 in the last. So not too concerned about him in the long run. He's still averaging 113.7. I don't think I should be too worried about that. Callahan, this is worrying. Comes back after the bye, cops a tag game and gets a 57. Eagles might try and tag him, but I still think he'll be strong enough to beat that tag, and they may also just go with another guy tag another guy. But Jack Graham isn't even that good of a tagger anyway. I don't think they have the capacity to tag. They tried to tag Sarong, but he got to 100. Clayton Oliver, 108. He's doing the best out of the midfield, to be honest with you. Yeah, so he did his job, 108 for there. Then you'll see with the chaos of everything, Caleb Daniel had to go into the midfield, 115. I'm glad that he had the DPP to go there. Finn O'Sullivan, 52. He had to midfield because of never being sub. I don't know what Chris Scott was doing. You'll hear that tonight as well. What was he thinking? Probably lost him the game. The sub that he started with, and then the sub that he subbed out. De Koning, who had at that time the most contested possessions in a wet game at Brisbane. Make for that as you will. Xavier Lindsay, unlucky for the 12 there, to be honest with you. MCL sprain, I believe. So out for Geelong, but could be back for Essendon. That'll be an interesting discussion. I'll probably talk to a lot of people about whether we hold Lindsay or not, because I think there is a way that you can hold Lindsay and get all your other guys fixed up, because Lindsay's going to come back. We saw it with McKercher last year as well. He's probably still going to go with 70s and 80s. So yes, he does have a 37 break even, but if he goes 59, 59, 59, that break even holds, and I feel like he's a guy that could go back to 80s and 75s, 80s, and that will just get his break even starting to go down anyway. So I'm interested in this, in the hold versus chuck away Lindsay. Levi Ashcroft, he butchered it by foot, but we don't care about that in fantasy, and still got a 58. So his low is a 58. He gets Richmond this week, and he should put up a 70 or 80. So definitely a hold in the midfield chaos. Hasty got on because of Steele being a late out. We'll see what happens with St Kilda, because O'Connell is concussed, and we'll see if Hasty holds. If Hasty can play and be a non-sub, that'll definitely help out, I think. We'll just have to see, because Stocker's back this week, I expect. So I expect Hasty to probably be an out. We'll just have to wait and see on that. Camporelli shouldn't have been DNP'd, so hopefully Vossi learns from that, because he's a better player than that, and he's shown he can score, so hopefully he does. And then Gawn, you can see here Gawn, 84. Not too worried about it, because Geelong this week, he could come up against a dual ruck against Geelong and genuinely beat his break even. So yeah, I think he comes up into a pretty kind run. Yes, Essendon, that's rough. Fremantle could be rough with Darcy, but Darcy's only just coming back this week, so I don't know if he'll be fully 100% match fit by then. And then has Nank, who's been giving up some points, and then the Eagles, who literally don't have a ruck at this point. De Koning, who's he play this week? He has Collingwood, who could go with Mason Cox and also Darcy Cameron, but that could be a VC opportunity. Let's just look at that. That could be a VC opportunity in itself. And we know that George Hewitt's going to go to Dacos, so Dacos is not coming in for me this week, and not next week, because they have Sydney, but then he has Brisbane, and then we get to the game where he actually does play on the Friday night, Anzac Day. So yeah, that'll be they play 3:20, so that they have the later game on Friday, on the Anzac Day. He'll come in on Anzac Day, unless other chaos. Horn Francis, 74, he basically, like that of Rosie, had a stinker of 3 quarters and then came alive. St Kilda, he should do better, to be honest with you. They've been giving up decent points to midfielders, if I remember correctly. Hawks, that'll be tough. Sydney, that'll be tough, but you'd expect with Butters potentially coming in, it could actually help him just alleviate some of the pressure that he's under, because Porter horrific. So yeah, it will be interesting how much Butters takes off of him. Jack McRae, he's just doing his thing. He got tagged to a 113. He was tagged to about 55 in the first half or something like that, so he's fine as well. Riley Sanders, he's doing his thing. He just needs to be given time, to be honest with you. He should be in the midfield against Freo. This is a chance for them to give him time in the midfield against Fremantle. Fremantle are really, really struggling. He plays at Optus Stadium, so he's got to play in that midfield. He was one of their best players in the centre bounce in the second half of their game. Bailey Smith, a 112, he butchered the ball, so Supercoach wise it wasn't good, but he had 25 touches and 11 tackles, so that was an outstanding result for him. Connor Stone, would have liked for him to be the one on the bench. Would have liked for it to be swapped around a little bit, and just would have loved Davidson on field over him, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Sometimes we just make mistakes in rookie roulette. I've made a lot of mistakes this year in rookie roulette. So 125 from Davidson, had to use Corey Warner to get to him. I probably would have liked, honestly, at that point, just to have traded out and never kept Day, and also got Nod in. That probably would have been the best case scenario, actually, because I would have gained more points, and Cash Gem would have been better, I think. So yeah, in the end, that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. So Davidson there. Elijah Hewitt was sub. I just had a lot of sub guys this week. Hasty sub, Hewitt sub, Nevitt sub, DeConing subbed out, Lindsay subbed out. And yeah, I had, 4 or 5 impacts of the sub anyway. So yeah, just bad cash gen for the week. Horrific scored. I've got to find a way to salvage some cash generation, to be honest with you, because I still need 1, 2, I would say 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. I've still got to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 upgrades still, I think, to this side at least. And so yeah, need some cash gen, a cool Wick Smart. So that is all what it is anyway. Not the best round for me, but we'll learn, we'll get better from it, and yeah, definitely a lot of learnings to take from it. But if you did enjoy that video somehow, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. If you are listening on Spotify, give me a follow and a rating over there, and I'll see you guys later for my Supercoach team review. So I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.